Welcome, everyone. This is Polly Noodles, and you're listening to LOTRO Players News. We're ready to take a look at the latest news in LOTRO and hear LOTRO players. And this week we have with us Sanswinda
Hello.
and Guarendas.
Hello, everyone.
Hello there. Let us have a look at our news for this week, which there really isn't all that much. And that is, we do have our LOTRO beacon here, where there was a summer music festival this Saturday, but of course, as usual, the thing was on a Saturday and is already passed on there. Also, Deco de Malou is celebrating their 5th anniversary, and you can read more about their giveaways and more on the Deco de Malou blog. And the month of the chicken has arrived on Landreval, and you could read more on the Bounders Guild launch page. So expect a great deal of stuff related to chickens to be taking place this month.
Chicken runs.
Chicken runs, and that's right, because Cordovan was running some of those quests at Sanson Farms in order to show the beginnings of trying to survive as a chicken.
Oh, sorry. I'm giggling because I'm still remembering one of the first podcasts I was listening to, Sanswinda talking about how she became a chicken and lost her character the first time she was playing LOTRO.
It was very alarming. I found this nice, peaceful quest, finally. It was beautiful. I could just go talk to this chicken, and then suddenly I was the chicken. Yeah, it was scary.
It was scary.
And then I tried to avoid a fox and got run over by a boar. You know, as one does.
I mean, it could have been worse, since one day you could have been attacked by a spider.
Yes, that would have been a lot worse. I never got that far, though. I barely left the farm, so.
I have a feeling she might have quit entirely if that had happened. I'm glad it didn't.
Me too. Also, Uncle Rooster is very hopeful and appears to be a part of the month of the chicken celebration, so.
Yes.
Okay. Then let's over to the Kin Hall. The Unfading Lantern is a role-play-oriented kinship on Treebeard who are looking for more lantern bearers. This group is aimed at explorers and others who travel and are not tied to a particular place. Learn more on the LOTRO forums. And I presume they also aren't in a hurry if they're playing on the Treebeard server.
Nope.
Let's then head into our weekly comment. The elves make a new kind of Lembas. What is it?
A chocolate chip pastry.
A chocolate chip pastry.
Yeah, like maybe like a scone, but that tastes really good. Or, you know, like maybe just giant chocolate chip cookies.
Giant chocolate chip cookies. All right.
So, only with health benefits.
With health benefits, yes. The Lothlorian Biscuit Company.
Somebody needs to let Krister know.
The Lothlorian Biscuit Company, or making new kinds of Lembas? Oh, that's right. That's going to be chief competitor, probably.
Yeah.
Probably he'll need something to compete with it.
Anyway. So Krister then has to worry about the emergence of Lobco. Let's then head into... Oh, actually, anyone have any other ideas before we head on to the fansite news? I don't see anything. So yes, let's head into the fansite news, where last week we found some bobbleheads. And also, Stina survives. You could watch a Twitch clip to see what happens. Sip plays a Bjorning. You could watch the latest in the Bio Break vlog. Lena has written some midsummer poetry. You could read it over at the Grand Order of the Lost Matham blog. Vibro Jedi has updated his cosmetics library with 3 Farmers Fair items. You can get the links from Vibro Jedi's Twitter page. And LOTRO Stream is your first stop to find LOTRO on Twitch this week. Michael DK2 travels to the Elder Slade, Druid's Fire heads into Azanu Bazaar, and Lady Faye plays on Lorien. Laurelin, also on Twitch. Pantheist Heathen and begins a lore master's journey. Zandros TV levels a guardian, and the green-eyed gamer buys an island. Buys an island?
Ooh, that's fancy.
Kin House. Actually,
Yes.
I caught her stream earlier today. She couldn't decide what alt to play, so she rolled a Berg and was in the Barrow Downs and was fighting mobs in yellow and orange. You would be very proud of her, Sans.
That's awesome.
Yes, but yeah, it was a lot of fun watching her.
Okie dokie. Then let's have a look at the screenshot of the week, where the Kinship's second breakfast on Krikala recently ran Karn Doom and grabbed this image while standing amongst the flame in the throne room of Mordorith. Thanks for sending it in. Send in your screenshot for consideration by emailing it to lotro@standingstonegames.com. I guess they're standing in there because it could get rather chilly up in Angmar, so I presume they wanted a nice warm place.
Well, that'll do it. I thought it was kind of funny because the Hobbit with the foreshortening of the screenshot, the Hobbit looks like a giant
Yes.
compared to the rest of the members in the background.
Especially,
Like
yeah.
it's like a Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man of hobbits here. Ray, what did you do?
Ooh. Apparently ate a little bit too much of the endraft there, right?
Perhaps.
Perhaps, yes. I should note that next week they are expecting a small little patch in getting things ready for the Farmers Fair, which is coming up soon. And anything else, and we're getting also pretty close to the time when we will be opening up Mordor. Yes, Mordor is coming up soon on Anor. I think that's supposed to be in less than 2 weeks from now. So we could expect that pretty soon. And that's it for our Lotro Beacon and for our game news. So let's head into the source sales. Guarendis, what's on sale this week?
Well, Lotro Days brings you a plus 25 XP boost available through August 8th. Hobnanigans has returned, also available through August 8th. And the sale is Friends of Radagast. Get 20% off of select pets and kites, select housing items, select mounts, and that's through August 12th. And you also get a free fall injury immunity ×5 item with the coupon code Nimble Feet now through August 12th. I really need to grab that before girls tomorrow.
Yeah.
Girls sometimes runs into issues with that.
We'll get into that when we talk about our weekend gaming.
Okay, okay. Then let's head into our weekend gaming then. And Guarendis, it looks like you're up first.
Oh, goody. Yeah, in LOTRO, since I missed last week, I'm considering 2 weeks worth. The three members of the rejects, so Calabathian and Sanswin and I took our normal Saturday night group that's usually a bit larger, but we did instances, just threw in turtle stones and did instances, and we didn't see one Boogan. That was when the Boogan event was still on. Not one. Of course, we were doing Woe of the Willow, and I'm not sure if we would have noticed because we kept getting lost. But then at the end, we decided we switched over to our bergs and sailed gloriously off the prow of Midsummer Minas Tirith. So stay tuned tomorrow for more shenanigans. But that's why I was thinking that maybe I needed to get some fall immunity bandages for my burglar. I know they have safe fall. Every little bit helps, I think, in that group. In ESO, they had an event called the Pan Elsewhere event, and I spent time in Elsewhere killing dragons. And then I bought another house and got distracted. Also in ESO, the Shiny Duo, which is basically my main now, completed Cadwell Silver, which means they did their main quest and their original alliance's storyline. After that, Cadwell goes, "What would you like to see what it would have been like if you'd landed on a different shore?" And we did all of the Aldemary Dominion. We finished that, and now we've started the last alliance's quest, Ebonheart Pact. This way lies madness, I realize, but we're like going through and clearing dungeons and sky shards, and if we get really lazy or desperate, we can like buy those on other characters. So seems like a good idea to me. And deeds get you dice for clothing, because housing and clothing is the true end game in any MMO, right? Sanswinda, what did you get up to?
Well, I ran with a group of lore masters and LOTRO on the field trip, and trying to figure out how to maneuver lieutenants who were aggroed on our pets was really interesting, especially when we had, I don't remember what he's called, but you have to get him into the box to be able to damage him. Who is that, Pineleaf?
Is that the Emissary of War?
Yeah, that guy. Trying to get him to where he needed to go with the pets drawing aggro was a real pain, and resulted in several deaths. And, yeah, that was interesting. Running back in from the beginning, and all of a sudden he shows up again because everybody had died. So that was kind of funny to see the Bounders like chasing him down the road as he races towards all of us who are respawning.
Well, actually, I think he was doing that because I was still alive and running away
Were
from
you still alive and running away from him? Was he actually
Yes.
just chasing you?
and so he chased me all the way back to where you respawned at.
Anyway, I was like trying to find Pineleaf running up from the respawn, and I hadn't gotten very far, and all of a sudden here comes this Emissary of War. So we finally got him killed though, and we had a little bit of better luck in the courtyard. But yeah, so that was fun, and we'll need a little bit more practice though, getting our pets to take the aggro and then putting them on passive so that they move to where we want them to be, and then letting them go again. At least I think that's how you're supposed to do that with a lore master. If somebody actually knows, feel free to let me know.
And 5 players who don't know how to play a lore master.
Right?
What could go
What
wrong?
could possibly go wrong? It was great. Oh, and we probably should have like leveled up our skirmish soldiers too. That might have helped, but oh well. It was fun.
Yeah.
And I became a hero of the village twice in Minecraft this week. And it could have been 3 times. But the one time I was really happy I had the hero of the village. I was going to go trade with them, and there was another group of pillagers. So I killed the pillagers, and then I got the debuff that would start a raid, and I was informed I should drink milk, and so I drank milk, and I didn't have the buff at all, and I was sad. But then we found more pillagers, and I got the buff back. And I made lots of emeralds from the iron farm. So now it's gotta wait a little bit more to get more iron. But that was fun, and it helped me with preparing extra gear for a dragon fight. So hopefully all that chainmail that they've been throwing at me will come in handy. And then in Ark Survival Evolved, I found a Spino Spinosaurus on either side of my base, just a little bit too close for comfort. They're further inland, but I can't go very far without being in sight of them. So I tried to spino-proof my base, and am making plans to try to catch and tame a spino or two. Um, but while I was trying to like spino-proof my base so that they can't destroy it all when I am respawning there, I accidentally tamed a Pagomastax, which is kind of cute because it can ride on your shoulder, but is also kind of annoying because it steals your stuff. And now it doesn't steal my stuff though because it's tamed. And because I've accidentally tamed this, and I've never actually managed to tame one before just now when I accidentally did it, and it can ride on my shoulder and it's really cute, now I've got to protect it. And so I've put it in the very middle of my base, and hopefully it's going to be safe if I fail to tame the Spino and it comes and tries to destroy my base and kill all my stuff. So we'll find out, but that was my week in gaming. Well, how was your week, Pineleaf?
Well, I certainly wasn't fighting dinosaurs. I will begin with my version of what happened on the field trip. In addition to the joy of trying to get lieutenants to behave properly when you have an all lore master group, I was just happy that we came and managed to save Tuckborough despite all of those troubles. And then over on the Minecraft server, I built a blaze farm, which I must admit, a couple of weeks ago, if someone asked me, "Hey, Pine, do you think you could build a blaze farm?" I probably would have said, "Yeah, that'll be impossible." No. Anyway, so I managed to build a blaze farm, and after that, I decided to do some scouting for the upcoming dragon fight. Since Window was collecting all the supplies that we need, and I was doing some scouting, so I went to the area, into the inn there, with the inevitability that I was definitely going to get killed. It was going to be my means of exiting the end eventually. And it became a contest to see how many end crystals can I destroy before I get killed. I think I managed to destroy 4 of them, which I say isn't too bad. So maybe that'll give us a little bit of a head start when we head into the fight for real and start seriously trying to deal with those end crystals and then fighting the dragon. Because we plan to make that dragon know that it is not welcome. I know, we are invading its land, so so perhaps we should say that it should have welcomed us better, that's it.
It should have been more friendly.
Yeah, it should have been more friendly. That's the problem with the end is, you know you're gonna have a bad time in the area when the chair of the welcoming committee is a dragon. And then I also played The Lord of the Rings, the card game. This is the first time I played that in a couple of years, where I decided to try the first scenario in the Hobbit saga there. And of course, this scenario involves trying to not get killed by a certain group of 3 trolls. I guess you could even guess what their names were. So we were trying to see what I could do in there, and this was my first time running this scenario. And if you know anything about the Lord of the Rings, the card game, your first time playing it is almost always a scouting mission, which has about as much success as my scouting mission against that dragon that we were just talking about. And that you'll inevitably do something that is, in retrospect, you realize is the complete wrong strategy, because somehow, no matter what you do, you're going to come up with the opposite strategy that you need to do the first time you try playing something in there. So I got a little bit of an idea on there, but I have heard that this scenario can be a little bit, shall we say, a little bit notorious on getting some people having trouble trying to figure it out. So we'll see if I could eventually do better. I don't think I can possibly do any worse on it, but usually when you say that, you're tempting fate. And that concludes my week in LOTRO. So let's head into news beyond LOTRO, where Darren Loremaster has some wallpaper giving a tribute to Minas Ithil. And this is version 1 of it, so that means that he's probably going to be putting up a few extra versions of this over the next couple of months. And in this case, he also added a little poem to it here. Fair Minas Ithil, Tower of the Moon, once beautiful as paradise. Yet soon it fell to the evil when the Nazgul came to seize the citadel with sword and flame, to take it for themselves. Then what a change the Nazgul worked to malform and derange Minas Ithil to purposes as fell and evil as the minds now came to dwell within it. Minas Ithil was renamed to Minas Morgul. What was fair is shamed and warped to vile usages. The power of sorceries corrupt the ancient tower into its present state. A nameless fear falls upon all who dare to venture near the city where the Nazgul roam at night to slay or capture passing elf or white, for bloodsport, to interrogate, torment, within dark prisons where, with bodies pent, in dungeons dark, they die in agony. So true did Minas Morgul come to be. Oh, so thus did Minas Morgul come. The artwork certainly makes it a real challenge to read this.
Fair.
And that is Minas Ithil, once the Tower of the Moon. Our top supporter this month is LOTRObuild.com. LOTRObuild.com is a full LOTRO database that includes an items database, a relics database, and a titles database. And you could use it right from your Discord server with LOTRObuild bot. We currently have 16 supporters on Patreon, and if you'd like to join this illustrious raid of players and help support LOTRO players, you could go to the donations page where you can support the Players Alliance on Patreon. Your money would be used for podcast hosting, website hosting, and to pay for our live shows. We did not receive any emails this week. If you like to send us one, you can send it to podcast@LotraPlayers.com. You also us on Twitter at the Players Alliance at Players Ally, Lotra Players at Lotra Players, Arendis at Arendis, Pineyfit Needles, Senswinda at Senswinda, Terryadwin at Terryadwin, Guarendis at Guarendis, and Calabathian at Calabathian. The Players Alliance has 2 shows on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. US Eastern Time. We have DDO Players News, and on Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. US Eastern Time, we have Lotra Players News. You can join us for our shows at lotraplayers.com/live. And that is all for tonight. And this is Piney Noodles reminding you to skirmish responsibly.